Hi everybody, it's Todd Nauck. Got a new three-part video series. This time I'm doing a head sketch or a portrait of the Marvel superhero Black Bolt. Black Bolt is the leader of a superhuman race of super beings, I guess you'd say, called the Inhumans. And the Inhumans first were introduced in the Fantastic Four comics back in the day. You can currently read about the Inhumans in their self-titled comic series, Inhumans, published at Marvel, and you can also find Black Bolt as a part of the New Avengers comic series as well. He's a part of the Illuminati, a mysterious group of Marvel superheroes who have banded together to handle giant cosmic, super earth-shattering events behind the scenes, like Iron Man and the Beast from the X-Men, and Namor the Submariner, and Doctor Strange, and Mr. Fantastic, the Fantastic Four, along with Black Bolt. They are the Illuminati, and you can read about them in New Avengers. But enough about that. Right now, as you can see, when I'm doing any sort of drawing, I like to sketch in the basic structure of the face. Got the center line, the eye line, the nose line, the mouth line. It's drawn in the basic ear shape, the neck muscles, shoulder muscles. Kind of have Black Bolt a little hunkered down. Once I get those initial guidelines drawn in, I then like to start to rough in more of the details, more of the specifics. Like, as you can see, the nose here, the cheekbones. I'll start to fill in the eyes and the mouth a bit, and then really let those features start to take on a personality, express the emotion of what Black Bolt would be thinking or feeling in that moment. So really want the personality to come through as best I can. So it's really just a slow process of filling in those details bit by bit. There's no big rush. It's really sketchy here in my pencil stage because, as I usually do in the second part of this video series, I come in with the inks, the pen and ink lines. And so I don't need to pencil these pencil lines very tightly. Just I need the basic shapes, the clear shapes, and just the lines clear enough to know where I want to put those finished inked lines. So no sense in me doing perfect, pristine pencil lines if they're all just going to get covered up with ink and then erased. So we're going to see a pretty sketchy, but still tight enough pencil drawing here. Now this piece was commissioned by someone, but it wasn't a normal commission. It's actually a prize, a sketch prize. They were a participant in my sketch retweet contest I run during my convention appearances. And I do it pretty much so far at every convention I've attended the past 2.5 years now. So if you're on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. When I'm at a convention, I will post my convention sketches, the commission sketches I do for that weekend, throughout the weekend, with a certain hashtag, that is the convention hashtag, as well as sketch retweet contest. And one lucky retweeter at the end of the weekend will receive a head sketch of a character of their choice. So this is what the winner of that specific convention, I can't even remember which convention I was at when they won this one. I've had this drawing in the queue for a while, but this was their selection, a battle-ravaged Black Bolt. So now you're getting to see the video of me creating this. And as you've seen over the course of these past couple of minutes, the details start to tighten up bit by bit by bit. It's really just a matter of allowing yourself to be really sketchy and just kind of figure out things as you go, and really experimenting with where you want to place those lines, those details, getting the muscle shapes and the structure just right. This is the best place to really figure out where you want those things to go and how you want them to take shape. If you don't like something, erase it and take another shot, just like I did with that mouth there, right there. So don't be afraid to really just let this be the experimental stage. Really hone those shapes in the way you want them to be, so that when you do get to inks, you've got sound, structure, and shape as best as possible. And you're happy with the results. You'll be happy with how things have come together. And I get a lot of young artists that email me or message me asking, how do you, draw eyes or noses or things like that. And hopefully these videos help to a degree, and you can just watch how I've done it. But I've also, I've taken life drawing classes. I enjoy uh, the books of different life drawing illustrators. One of my favorites, the one I've been uh, a fan of since I was in art school, is Bern Hogarth. So getting his books like Dynamic Anatomy, easy for me to say, Dynamic Anatomy, is a great resource. So keep those things in mind. Study those types of books to really kind of help learn the under drawing and the structure. And if you're able to take any sort of life drawing classes, whether they be at a community college or at your school or at an art school or anywhere, an art supply store, sometimes they'll have uh, life drawing opportunities. See what's available in your community, because they can pay off. So now I'm going in, and since most of Black Bolt's costume is black, I'm just kind of shading things in, just simply here. That it's not full lush dark shading in, but I don't need to do that. I'm just giving myself just kind of an idea of how will this look once I would fill this all in with the black ink. So it's just for me to make sure that the shapes cut and fill in the way that I want them to. They are clues for my eyes to consider when I move into the inking stage. A lot of this I'd almost consider notes for myself for when I get to the black and white inking stage, so that when I do get a chance to do the inks, I haven't forgotten what I was thinking or intending to do in this illustration. And another key factor, which I've said in other videos, and I'll probably say it in almost every video, especially for new people who tune in, is that a lot of it comes with practice. I've had years and years and years of practice, both as a young artist who wanted to draw comics, to an art student who was trying to break into comics, to a guy who's been drawing comics for quite a few years. It's just the repetition of drawing on a regular daily basis, if possible, daily if possible. I know a lot of young artists have to work part-time jobs. I was there at that time. I gave up a lot of my free time so that I could practice my drawings, so that I could get the skills I needed to get to do the job I wanted. So do draw as much as possible. And let me readjust the board here onto the camera angle, and you can see kind of how those shoulders and the upper part of his chest have come together here. I apologize that full piece wasn't in camera shot initially. But cutting in with the different shapes here of the musculature, like the neck here, the striations, the different shoulder type muscles, considering a light source from up above for the most part, and then putting the shadow on the opposite side to create the shapes, and it gives the illusion of depth. So just kind of filling this in, and just to where I feel comfortable. And like I said, a lot of this just comes with the repetition of practice. I've trained my hand, my eye, my brain to see these shapes in a certain way, and then to illustrate it as I've trained myself. So some of these here is some of the battle damaged details. A lot of this battle damage will really come into view as I get into the inks, and especially when I do the Copic colors. And actually, something to look forward to is this will be one of my, I believe it's my first grayscale Copic video I'll have coming up in part 3. This will not be full color, it'll be all just shades of gray. Cool gray, warm gray, and I think maybe some neutral gray. So if you have any of the gray markers, make sure you tune into episode 3, part 3, that will have, of this Black Bolt portrait, it will have some of my reasonings as to which grays I choose for which colors that they would represent, like the flesh tone or the kind of the bluish black shading of his costume, to the silver parts of his of the tuning fork on his forehead and the stripes that cut across his shoulder and chest. So I think we're pretty much done here with the pencils. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support. We got the inked video coming up real soon, I think next week, and then the Copic color to follow. Thanks a lot, gang. See you soon.